Hey everybody, welcome back to the Hexath'locke. This is Tortimer the Grey. Happy to have you guys back here. We are just chilling here in Fuschia City. We worked very hard to get down here last time, and since the last episode I did a bunch of grinding. Well, let's go to the box, because there's some people in here I want to look at too, so we'll just do those all at once. So we did a bunch of grinding. Pretty uneventful, but long and boring, just because the routes around here aren't great for grinding. So, Leo evolved. Couldn't think of a good way to show this happening after the episode, so I just, went ahead and had it happen. So, Leo evolved. He didn't really get any new attacks yet, which is, we're going to remedy this episode. We're going to go get Surf. But Leo evolved. Kaylee leveled up. She learned Psybeam, which is going to be useful against Kog'on in a minute. Sylar didn't really learn anything new. He was pretty much level 40 when we ended the last episode. On the topic of Sylar, I tried to evolve him by cracking open another instance of the emulator and trading, but there's something wrong with this ROM, or this instance of the ROM, or whatever. When you actually try to save in-game, it gives me an error. It won't let me actually save in-game, so I can't trade him. I've got to mess around with Pokesab or something and see if I can manage to evolve him that way. I promise I won't mess with anything else on him, but and it's not really a big deal. Again, he's doing great as it is, but if I can get an Alexam, we'll do that. So I'll look into it and see if there's a way I can do that without being able to save, because I told you I was going to evolve him, and I tried, but it just wasn't able to happen. So, but Sylar's pretty much the same. Kazooie's pretty much the same, I think. Thor learned Pin Missile. Hobbs, I don't think really learned anything, but he did evolve. I did end up evolving Hobbs as well. We also did some grinding on some of these guys too. Obviously Zelda learned Cross Chop, which was fun to use. Scabbers leveled up quite a bit, learned a couple of moves here, Pursuit and Super Fang, so those will be fun. Some of these guys, Scabbers, Sabrina and Koga are in the same level range. Both of their highest level Pokemon are level 43, so I wanted to just get prepared for both those gyms while I was doing it. So Scabbers is pretty hard hitting, so she'll be coming with us to Sabrina. So will Sokka, Spot. They've got some super effective moves, so they'll be good for that. We don't really have a dark Pokemon. Well, there aren't any dark Pokemon in this generation, are there? So that's why. But we've got a lot of dark moves here, so we'll definitely be getting some of these guys out for that. Didn't grind up any of these guys. Lucy's got some super effective moves, but she's also extremely weak to Psychics. So, but yeah, so we're good to go. These guys will be coming with us for the next gym. Yes, continue back separations. But first, we're going to start off with the Safari Zone. Let's see. What Pokemon we have don't really matter in there, so we'll grab Pharaohs, because I think we need to do some cutting to get in. And let's head down that way. Alrighty. So, as I mentioned before, I'm only going to allow myself one catch in this area. Some people allow themselves multiples, but I really just don't want to do that. It's a challenge, so we'll take the first thing we get, and that'll be that. So let's go on ahead here. Talk to this guy. Welcome to Safari Zone for 500. I like to play. Yep, that's great. Get our Pokeballs. So let's. No, I want to go this way because I don't want to get anything in this area. I want area 2 here to be my. I like this catch setup better. So let's go here. See what we get. We've got a Doduo already. So Dupe Claws. Nidorino. All right. Yeah, you're watching carefully. I can't remember what the baits in rocks do. Does Does bait make it more likely that the Pokemon will stay, but less likely it'll be caught? There we go. Okay. So we got Nidorino. Give a nickname to catcher Nidorino. Yes. We are going to name this guy... The Nidorino line, I heard, is supposedly poison bunnies. So I'm going to name this after... One of my favorite books is Watership Down by... No, I'm not going to remember. Richard Adams. And this is one of my favorite books. Thaley is a character... Well, he's not in my team, so he's a character in that book. And so I'll name him after that. So now basically what we're going to do... Nidoran out, that probably would have been better to get him a little lower level so we can figure out what moves he's got and such. But anyway, that Nidorino is our catch for this area, or for this fire zone in general. So let's go. We've got some important items to get in here, and we will do those. Hopefully we only have to really do this once. I know we probably can't get all the items we want in here at this time, but we will do our best to accomplish what we need to accomplish. There's a couple of things we need to get, and once we get those, we'll probably just get out of here, and I'll probably come sweep through this again. Rhyhorn. I've used a Rhydon before. And been pleasantly surprised by how much I like them. I had never really used one in the past. Steel Wing, that'll be nice. Put that on Kazooie. Never really used one before, and then I used one, and it was just awesome. So that would have been cool. But yeah, so one of the tidbits I'll talk about here. So I got the gold teeth. That's important. We've got 116 steps still, so that's awesome. We'll definitely get Surf here. One of the tidbits I wanted to talk about today is something that I've thought about a lot, and I saw it mentioned on the Nuzlocke forums as like a thread on the challenge discussion side, and that's the topic of cheating in Nuzlockes. I want to quickly just see what I'll get if I fish here, because I know there's Dratinis and stuff. So while we're talking, it's the subject of cheating, and it's something that I've definitely struggled with in the past. It's one of the main reasons I decided I wanted to document these runs, was because it kind of took away that temptation a bit. It's a lot harder to cheat, and really when you cheat, you're only cheating yourself. I mean, no, it doesn't hurt anybody else. It's just it's affecting your challenge, and you're doing the challenge for difficulty, so if you're cheating, obviously you're trying to make that difficulty a little bit easier. But yeah, so I mean, it's definitely something I've struggled with in the past on these kinds of challenges, because you've got a teammate that just your favorite teammate who dies. Going back to our most tragic Nuzlocke deaths from last time, or you've got, you wipe in a gym and you're like, well, you don't really want to start over or whatever, so you just keep going, or, so I've certainly had issues with that before, and, there have been times where, I'm ashamed to admit that I have sullied the good tradition of the Nuzlocke challenge, and I have cheated on occasion, which is again why I'm so keen on documenting these runs here, just because if I'm recording everything I'm doing, it makes it much more difficult to get away with that. You guys would more than likely call me out on that. But yeah, so my question is, if you've done Nuzlocke challenges, which if you're watching this, more than likely you're familiar with or have done one of these challenges yourself. And if you have you struggled with the concept of cheating in these runs? And if you have, what is one instance in one of your runs where you've been compelled to cheat? That just you feel so strongly about something that you feel like breaking the rules. So let me know. Decent attack and speed and stuff. Double kick punch. Okay. Not too bad. I like Nidoking a lot. So Flaily may make a good backup here at some point. He's... When I evolve him, and I'm pretty sure... Pretty certain I've got Moonstones. Would have picked him up in Mount... Yeah, right here. Mount Moon. Got 3 of them. So, yeah, we'll evolve him at some point, and he gets his ground typing. And so that could certainly be cool as a backup since we lost Bottles. Won't probably put him on the team right now because we're looking at Toe Gym's pretty much full of Psychic Pokemon, so his Poison typing's not going to do us any favors. But yeah. But yeah, so just let me know how you guys feel about the concept of cheating in Nuzlocke, where you have found it acceptable for yourself to do it, and just let me know what's driven you to that. Which teammate did you lose that you couldn't bear to live without, and so forth. So that's the question for today, and I'll remind you guys again at the end. But for now, we are gonna go to the gym, I think. So we're gonna grab Hobbs here. Put Pharaohs back here. Real quick before I forget, this has been bothering me. Whoop. Alright, I've been meaning to change the name of that box. Alright, so we've got Heaven and we've got Caught Pokemon. Oh, and this one's all caps. Hold on. Because I'm OCD... Okay, there we go. Sorry, guys. Alright, so what do we got? What do we got? We've got Leonardo up front, which I think we're going to actually lead with Leonardo. Mostly because, despite the fact that this is the Poison Gym, quote-unquote, pretty much every trainer in here, with the exception of 1 or 2, has Psychic Pokemon, as illustrated here. And Leo's got Bite, and he's bulky. So we will let him munch on these guys a little bit. And yeah. Koga's one of these gyms, I understand why they did it this way. Why they put some poison Pokemon in here. At least the Drowsies and the Hypnos can learn Poison Gas or something. So I guess that makes sense. I don't understand what that one guy had a Kadabra. That doesn't make any sense to me. But I mean, I know that basically every trainer in this game has poison Pokemon in one form or another. So to have a poison gym, why they chose to make this gym poison, I don't know. I guess back in the day, I don't know if each type was represented in a gym or Elite Four member at this point. I'm not really sure. So, I mean, you're facing all these same Pokemon, in most of your trainer battles, too. So, I understand why they didn't want to just bulk up with more poisons here, but... Sandslash... Yeah, I guess I'll keep Leo out for... See, Sandslash doesn't make any sense either. Use Arbok. Yes, I'm going to change Pokemon. We'll let Kaylee have it. And then I need to remember to put Surf on Leo real quick, because Water Gun's just not cutting it anymore. So let's quickly do that, because we got Surf. Get rid of Water Gun. Surf's one of my favorite moves. It's an HM, so you can teach it to anybody, and it's a good, powerful water move. And especially when they added double battles and stuff, and the good area of effect on this, it definitely really has merit there when you can hit everyone in the field pretty hard. Assuming you aren't also having to kill one of your own teammates, I guess. But Leo's trying to learn Rain Dance. Good. That was the move I was hoping to. I found the Rain Dance TM not too long ago, and I was thinking, I should put that on Leo too. But there we go. Now we don't have to waste a TM. Let's... Sorry, I don't think I've got any more Paralyzed Heals. Where's my berry pouch? There we go. There we go. Alright. Back in fighting form. So yeah, but I just don't understand I mean, I guess I partially understand why they did it, but why the Poison Gym has Sand Slash, and I guess maybe they have Poison Sting on them? I don't know. It doesn't make sense to me. But let me know what you guys think. Did you find that weird? Do you care at all? Leave a note in the comments. Alright, Kaylee. Well, we're gonna run back and heal here, because I'm not gonna take on Koga. Having not just healed. I think, well, now that I'm thinking about it, I don't really remember. I don't think he's got any psychic Pokemon. It's just his trainers that have all of them, except for those 1 or 2 people who had Arbok. But we will heal up. We will switch Kaylee to the front. Siler will be her backup. Siler could obviously whip through these a little bit easier than Kaylee because he's got the stab. But honestly, we saw a lot of Siler battling last episode, so I'm trying to give you guys and myself some variety. And Kaylee hasn't been out of the box in a little while, so it's nice to see her. Mucks are dangerous, as I mentioned, though, so we'll just... Ooh. You jerk. There we go. Nice and coughing. We'll put Kaylee back out. But yeah, so it's nice to have Kaylee back for a little while. And we will let her... Yeah, there she goes. Be the hero. Alright. So yeah, nice to see some old teammates again every once in a while. Oh, I wasn't reading that. He gave us Toxic and... who's poisoned? Oh, Siler. He's got tons of health, though. So he gave us Toxic and... I don't know, maybe the Soul Badge. The Soul Badge lets us surf outside of battle, too, I think. So, that works. Let's quickly heal here. And then let's take a look at some of the Pokemon we caught off camera. Because I was doing grinding down around here. I said we'd do these catches this episode, but I wanted to do a bunch of grinding, and these are the higher level areas, so I wanted to be able to do it in the grass down here. So I did some catches off camera. Let's quickly look at these. So on Route 18, we caught Hydra. This is our new Doduo. Let's see. I've never really used a Doduo. In all honesty, they're, I think the Dodrios are supposed to be pretty good. So maybe at some point we'll grind this girl up if something bad happens and we get through our team, these guys, and but maybe we'll train up Doduo. We got Tonks, the Ditto. I've always been a fan of Ditto. I don't know that I'm strategic enough to really be able to get away with using Ditto, or if, maybe it's Ditto's fault. Maybe Ditto's just really isn't that good. But I mentioned possibly doing a solo run with Jigglypuff. Maybe Ditto would be another cool one where it'd be interesting to just kind of see how that went. You get to use every Pokemon you face basically, but obviously you've got to use some strategy there, so that might be cool. Obviously it only knows Transform. I caught Radagast, the Venonat, sorry, on Route 14. I got Ditto on Route 15. But got Radagast. Venomot's are actually pretty cool. This is another one that might be interesting to use. It's basically an ugly Butterfree. Well, I guess it's Bug Poison, not Bug Fly. But, yeah. So, Radagast, obviously named after Radagast the Brown from Lord of the Rings trilogy. In the movies, the original Peter Jackson trilogy of those 3 books, it's been mentioned that, Radagast the Brown was left out of that video set, but it's mentioned or whispered about that apparently the moth that comes to Gandalf's aid on top of Saruman's tower was supposed to represent Radagast in those movies. So I've named my moth Pokemon in honor of him. And then obviously Fezzik, you guys were there for Thalie. So those are the 3 guys we caught. They're pretty cool. I like some of the Pokemon down around here. I like Ditto, and I think Dodrio would be cool to have at some point. But yeah, so got some good backups at this point. The box was feeling a little empty, so we're filling that up. And yeah, so I think I'm gonna make this a shorter episode. let's run over here real quick. We will... Who's on my team? Oh, pardon me. I go to fast forward like that, and then I always end up running into stuff. I should probably... I'm not saving any time at that point for you guys. I should just stop doing that. I'm going to grab... Oop, no, Kaylee, you can come back into retirement for a minute. So we've got Zelda. We got this guy's gold teeth when we were in the Safari Zone too, so let's give those back to him. Real lifesaver, he's going to give us the Strength HM, which we are going to teach to Zelda there, because we found the move deleter already, so if we want to get rid of it at some point, it's easy enough to do. And her Mach Punch is the same power, but less accurate, so we are going to replace Mach Punch on her. You know, I don't mind doing HM slaves, but at this point I don't really have room on my team for somebody like that, so we will use Strength. Yes, I believe this is going to be a rare candy, which I will use at some point off camera when I'm trying to get some grinding done. But yeah, this guy's going to give us, I guess, the good rod, since we already got the super rod. I'm not sure why they put them in this order, or so close together, but alright. Maybe I'm doing the game out of order. When do you guys normally come to Fuschia and or do Route 12 and all that? I almost always do it right after Lavender, because I go from Celadon to Lavender with the Silscope, and then I head south. I feel like the flow of it is setting it up so I'm supposed to come down Cycling Road. But I don't know. What do you guys normally do? Question of the day number 2. How the heck do you normally get to Fuschia City? What order do you do that in? Do you come down Cycling Road every time? Get the good rod, use it once, and then head up Route 13, 14, 12, or whatever, and then get the super rod? I feel like that's the intended flow, but it really doesn't matter. Do you do Saffron before you come to Fuschia? I guess you're certainly capable of doing that before even Lavender Tower at that point, because you get the T. But yeah, so I am going to, since next episode we're going to be in Saffron, I am going to quickly, we're going to go that way. Speaking of Celadon, we'll run up here. And then we'll get there and I'll call it a day. Got to give this guy some tea because he's thirsty. Yeah, he's going to share with the other guards. Alright, so let us find a Pokemon Center here. And we'll say goodbye for the afternoon. Thank you guys again for watching. Please remember the questions of the days and feel free to let me know in either the comments here on YouTube or over on the Nuzlocke forums, or if you feel so inclined to follow me on Facebook or Twitter or something, you can, and that's more your style, you can feel free to leave comments there. Whatever you want to do. Just like hearing from you guys. So, but as a reminder, the questions of the day are, what are your feelings on cheating in Nuzlocks, and when have you been driven to it, if you have, and if you have, let me know, what were the circumstances that drove you to such a horrible crime. And then I guess, second question, let me know what order you normally play this game in. Do you normally come down through, but just, how do you normally get to Fuschia City? What's your preferred order for playing through this game? So, I have been Tortimer the Grey, as always. Thank you guys for words as I'm wrapping this up. I'm sorry. Thank you guys again for watching, and have a great day, guys. I'll see you next episode. Bye-bye.